This is the final result, and as you can see, I have 5 assigned controllers on the scene controlling my character Nomad Sculpt. 4 of these controllers behave differently from each other, and they were prepared differently, so pay attention for the next 10 minutes so you don't miss any crucial step in the process. I promise you, it's worth it. You can download the controllers overlay from the link on the description box. And if you have any question, please leave it in the comment section below. Start by adding a box primitive and scale it down. Subdivide it and reduce topology to get the roundy edge. Duplicate it a few times to make the chest, the bottom part, and the neck. Add a cylinder, scale it down and move it to the top of the head and join everything. Also, make sure you are in the object mode. Now to create the arms, add a cylinder, scale it down, then scale it up on the y-axis. Duplicate it, scale it up more, then scale it down on the y-axis. Move it down, add a sphere, scale it down and move it down. Add radial modifier, move the sphere out of it. Now select the modifier and add a tube. Create the finger shape. Select the arm parts, join them together, and move the pivot point up. Make sure to enable align, add mirror modifier, and position the arm. Add a sphere, select mirror, scale it down, and adjust the position. Hide everything and let's move to the leg. Add a cylinder, scale it down, scale it up on the y-axis, duplicate it, scale it up, scale it down on the y-axis, duplicate it, rotate it 90 degrees, move it down and scale it up on the z-axis. Increase the subdivision level and reduce topology. Then validate. Subdivide few times again. Trim the bottom half. You can use the quad remesher to clean up the topology after trimming. Select the parts of the leg, join them together. Move the pivot point up. This time things will be different. Enable snapping, unhide everything, and move the leg to the side. Make instance, move it on the opposite side, rotate it 180 degrees. And now let's move to the eyes. Add a UV sphere, scale it down while still in the middle, duplicate it, scale it down and change the color to black. Join them together. enable snapping, and move the eye to the side. Make instance and move it to the opposite side, but this time don't rotate it. Add another UV sphere, rotate it 90 degrees and scale it down. Use the split tool, select the two parts and add a mirror modifier. Move it to the side and adjust the position. Apply the mirror modifier, add a new cylinder, scale it down and move it up. Duplicate, rotate it 90 degrees, enable mirror, make hole, adjust the size and position to make the key. Select the key parts, join them and change the color to yellow. Apply the other mirror modifiers and make sure to select keep instance. Select everything and add a group. Move everything to the side and add the controller's image as a reference. Make sure the overlay and opacity are set to 100%. The image file is provided on the link in the description below. Select the key, adjust the pivot point, make instance and move it to the side. Rotate it 90 degrees on the x-axis and move it to the center of the key controller. Scale it down a little bit. Now select the eyelet, make instance and move it to the center of the eyelet controller. And scale it down a little bit to hide it. Do the same for the eye, arm and leg. Now to test the controllers, first change target to vertex and while selecting the gizmo tool tap on the eyelet controller and only use the rotation handles. Now you can open and close the eyelets and make it angry or sad. Now select the eye controller and try to rotate it in every direction. You see the difference? Here's a cool trick. To make the eye snap back after rotating, just add a layer and move the slider to 0. Now try to rotate the eyes. The arms will behave just like the eyelets because they were mirrored too. The leg setup is a little bit different. It was meant for a simple walk animation. So when you move the X rotation axis up and down, the two legs will swing on the opposite direction of each other. I will add layers for the legs and the key to make sure they snap back after each move. One more thing, to change the position or scale of the robot, first move all the controller parts out of the group. Change the mode from vertex to group and now select the group and scale it down and rotate it if you want. And before using the controllers, make sure to switch to vertex again. This is the final result, and as you can see, I have 5 assigned controllers on the scene controlling my character Nomad Sculpt.